Good. Oh, sign Christ. Good. All right, shalom, Israel. Wait, oh, so like clap it up. That's right. Clap it up. Clap it up. Goddamn, clap it up. Hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Brakathon to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alathon Ba'Shem Yahushua all the sisters. We're the Isupk, 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Today is the Brotherhood class, Tuesday night Brotherhood class. You understand? Something that we talk about every week on a Tuesday, just so we can point out some of the things that we are lacking as a nation. You know, this is one of the key components that would bring our nation together. You know, I mean, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you understand, under one collective, so that we can rule over our oppressors. You understand, all these other nations that tread down on us, you know what I mean, for over 400 years in this captivity in this place called America, man. Babylon the Great, spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You understand? So brotherhood is so important. You know what I mean? We can't allow ourselves to be lackluster and slothful when it comes down to the brotherhood, man. You know what I mean? It's very important. That's the only thing that's going to keep us safe in these days. Not the only thing, but that's one of the components that's going to keep us safe in these days and keep us surviving and thriving when America goes crumbling, man. You know what I mean? We're going to bring it out today on how these other nations are gearing themselves up to come against America and get away from Western philosophy. You understand? And their way of going, in their way of doing things on a global scale. You understand? It's important that we have the brotherhood and companionship and the care and loving and kindness in our hearts to embrace each other when these hard times approach. You know what I mean? Because they definitely coming. You know what I mean? We see it every day. You know, you go to the grocery store, go get the faces of the people that's walking around today. You know what I mean? You can see that it's a climate change on the social structure, the economic freedoms that we have. You know what I mean? So it's getting tight out here, man. So if we don't have brotherhood as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're gonna be easy slaughter, man. Easy. They're gonna easily take us and do whatever they want, like they've been wanting to do. And the Lord has been keeping a hedge around his people. You know what I mean? Just so that we can have a chance to make it up out of this place. So his name can reign once he redeems the righteous of his people, man. You understand? So today's brotherhood class is Israel, you're not safe trusting in America, man. You understand? Ain't nothing in America is promised to you. Nothing in America is added any value to us as a nation or a collective of people here in this place. And the people that we ask and beg for their help and for them, and we pray to Jesus and these Christian disgusting churches for the Lord to change them. It's not how it works, man. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, how can you make something straight that I made crooked? You know what I'm saying? The Most High made the oppressor, the so-called slave master, not the slave master. He made him a wicked bastard, man. And that's what he's going to continue to be. You know what I mean? He's the whipping stick. The Lord uses the oppressor, the slave master, the devil the Bible speaks of, as the whipping stick for his children, man. You know what I mean? Just like confession good for the soul. Mom Dukes used to tear my tail up when I got out of line when I was a youngin'. You understand? She made me go pick a switch. And that's what the Lord is doing, man. The Lord is using the oppressor, bottom base creation, you understand, that walks the face of this planet. He's using the base of a man to whip and conform and educate and discipline his children. When I say educate, I mean as far as how to have morality, you understand, in a righteous way, turn away from his wickedness to turn away from the oppressor's wickedness, turn our back to the oppressor's wickedness and turning our faces toward the righteousness of the Lord, man. He's using that as a whipping stick, using that nation of people as a whipping stick, man. Make us jealous, make us follow and envy after the oppressor. You know what I mean? Go after his cultures, his philosophies, interracial marriages, his women, all women lusting after their men, and the list goes on, man. We can go on with all the different categories that we fall under dealing with these with America, man. You understand? But trusting in America is not going to keep you safe. You understand? Changing your ways, changing the way you view things, accepting the garbage they putting out now. You understand? Is not going to keep you safe. The oppressor has never kept you safe, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. He's never kept you safe. He's never held your safety and your comfort and your luxuries in any regard, man. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. So what? You understand? That's what it is. You know what I mean? We dealing with a maniac monster, man. The real Frankenstein in the flesh. That's what we dealing with. You understand? And trusting in his ways and his philosophies and his cultures and everything that he puts out in front of us, trusting in that is going to lead to our demise, man. We're going to continue to be destroyed, man. And grace is running out. We ain't got time to listen to these Christian pastors talking about grace and mercy. You understand? Grace periods run out. And right now, the Lord is gearing these people up for war, man, so he can redeem us from up out of here. But continue to try to be a Band-Aid for America, saving the oppressor. You're gonna get peeled off the Band-Aid, peeled off just like a Band-Aid when the Lord returns, man. You understand? You gotta think, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. Isn't it peculiar that in this modern day of time and technology and all these advances in education and information of all aspects and any sort, we as a people are still being manipulated, murdered, robbed, and every evil act that's ever taken place under the sun, man. Why do we still suffer this? You understand? Have we ever considered why? You understand? Of course you do, because you go to church on Sundays. We go to church on Sundays. You understand? We pray, foam at the mouth, run up and down the aisles, put money in a collection plate, hoping and thinking subconsciously that we're gonna get a break from the oppression and the back-beating whips of our oppressor, man, and all these other nations. You understand? We understand. Us in the Isupk, we understand why you do it, but that's not the way to do it. That's not the way you get a maniac, psychopath, monster race of people off your back, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. That's not how you do it. You don't go begging. You understand? The Lord didn't put that in us. You know what I mean? That came from the oppressor, taught to us by our Christian leaders, man. We're not supposed to go begging and pleading and changing our ways and asking for mercy from somebody that hates you, man. That's not the way it works. You understand? It's not it. Sir, if I could, can I get we're gonna just break down some baby joints right quick. Zephaniah 2:1. You understand? Because if we got all these different philosophies and all these different religions, and we all caught up in all these different cultures of these heathen nations, man, we'll never come back as one people. We got to drop all that garbage, man, and figure out what's really going on with us as a people. And the first thing you got to do is accept who you are. Israel, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. We are brothers and sisters, a family, 12 families, man. 12 families that make up the nation, that make up the nation of Israel. And if you don't accept that, it's no help. It's no hope, man. You understand? You can't be scattered abroad in all these different philosophies and think that you're going to have some type of fighting chance against these heathens, man. You understand? The only thing we have is each other. We don't have the outlet or the access that these other nations have. When America starts to crumble, they can go back to their mud hut, disgusting, dung-filled countries, man. We don't have that. Our land right now is being polluted by the small hats, the hook-nosed bagel-eating bastards, man. That's where our land is being occupied by right now, and they fighting over it like it's theirs. Most I'll be with them. Hurry up, get the bombs flying so we can get back over there. You understand? Let me get Zephaniah 2:1, sir. Whenever you're ready.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Now, the Lord put down a game plan for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the nation of Israel, to gather together. And as hard as it is for us to understand and believe, that only The only banner you got that's going to protect you and make you come together on one accord is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. That's it. You understand? It's not the new Black Panther movement. It's absolutely no gangs, no Crips and Bloods and NBAs and all that other garbage they got running around. You understand? It's not the LGBTQ community. You understand? It's not Republicans and Democrats. It's not every denomination of Christianity, man. It's not. The only banner, the only umbrella that you have is the ISUPK, man. That's the only way we're going to gather together. That's like right. It or not, man. That's right. You understand? Boots, braids, fringes. You understand? Princesses. You know what I mean? Officers, generals, captains, troopers. That structure, man. That's it. Following the laws of the Lord, man. That's in the Bible, man. That was laid down. The contract that our forefathers signed with the Lord, the power. You understand? Yahweh is name in the Hebrew. That contract, that's what we're supposed to abide by so we can have the luxuries of ruling this planet, man. That's what keeps us a people. That's what keeps us safe. That's what keeps the planet Earth operating under righteousness, man. Us being the rulers under Christ when he returned, man. You understand? It's no other way. If you in any other kind of doctrine, you in fake Israelite groups, you out of order, man. You out of order. Only way we're going to come back together is under this banner, man, under righteousness. You understand? These other nations are gearing up for war. But you so proud in your organizations and your sororities and fraternities and your fake Israelite groups. I'm not going to get off of y'all this week, man, tonight, man. You understand? You Christian leaders and you LGBTQ community participators. You understand? You gathered up in these cliques and these groups, and all you doing is scattering the Lord's people even more, man. You understand? The Lord called his people lost sheep, man. And you guys are dressed like the damn wolves. You the sheeps and wolves in sheep clothing, man, scattering us all over the place, man. Because you got your own philosophies and your own doctrines. It's not what the Lord's operation is, man. It's here in the ISUPK. It's like in the book of Zephaniah 2:1. You understand? It said, gather together, O nation not desired. These other nations are coming together, man. They not asking no niggas, Salaki. They not asking Israel to come up in there. They not asking your opinion, Israel, the slave here in America. You don't have no economic backbone to even negotiate with these other nations. You understand? None whatsoever. Why? Because your Christian leaders sold you out. You understand? Not saying we want to be a part of these heathen nations. You understand? But if your Christian leaders ain't sell you out, at least you have a fighting chance, have some type of economic power to even come to the table and bargain with the heathens, man. We don't even got that. What are we? We the spoils of war. What are they fighting for? What are they getting geared up for? Who's going to be the new rulers of the slaves, man? Who's going to rule over Israel? Who's going to rule over the Lord's chosen people for another 5,000 years or so forth, however long the Lord allowed? You understand? Who's going to rule over these people and get rich off of them and abuse and use them for whatever pleasures they have, man? Whatever lust they desire. You understand? We know the European, the American heathen, the so-called oppressor, the slave master. We know he about lynching and murdering and raping and all kinds of other craziness. We don't know what these other nations about, man. We ain't experienced that in this day and age. You understand? So we don't know. But if we don't come together like Zephaniah 2:1 says, we're going to find out real soon. Salaki. Keep going. All right. So I want to talk about this BRICS, BRICS. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You understand? These are a league of Russian allies, man. You understand? Just like America has NATO, you understand? These 5 powerhouse countries or nations have came together and came to an agreement to form an organization or an alliance called BRICS. BRIC. It stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. You understand? They came up with the idea of, we tired of being bullied by the middleman, man. You understand? AKA America. They tired of it. They tired of using the American dollar to do commerce and trade. You understand? And American just can put what are them things called when they hold up their trade, sir? Embargoes and sanctions. You understand? They can do whatever they want to stop your flow of cash into your nation. They tired of that crap, man. You understand? These 5 countries, man, they done went and got together and went and howled at Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? Trying to get that oil money, that long Arab money. That's what they trying to do. Cut America out. You know what I mean? Because America, only way you could use Slovakia, the only way the other countries could use Slovakia, the only way the other countries could get petrol and oil and fossil fuels was through using the American dollar, man. And these 5 countries said, nah, we're gonna use our own currency. You understand? And they cutting America out. America mad, man. America's like a big child. You know what I mean? A little spoiled child on the playground. You know what I'm saying? Only got 2 hands, but want to play with all the toys. Don't want to share none of the toys with the other kids. That's what America is. And when you come together and take the toys from them, you were wrong for taking all the toys when he was playing with one. But you brat, man. You understand? That's what the program is right now. So you know America ain't gonna lay down with that. They're not gonna lay down. They're gonna come up with more schemes and ideas to continue to oppress the whole goddamn globe, man. You understand? Sir, if you could, I sent you a link. If you can pull it up. Let me get there with you 1 second, Barbara Shaw. Because this is some good information. This is kind of elementary, but it's good information for the people that don't know. You know what I mean? I know how black people, we don't like to read the news. We like to watch videos, MTV, Netflix and chill, Instagram, look at the Instagram models and all that. We're not really into the news. Not saying every individual is like that, but a good majority of our people like to just be comfort and be comforted with entertainment, man. You understand? Well, here's some real news for you right here. Sir, if you could, let me get the first paragraph. It's BRICS history and objectives.
BRICS history and objectives. Undoubtedly, BRICS has emerged as an effective organization in the wake of recent globalization. BRICS, which stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, is a politico-economic organization.
Hold that right there. So, in other words, when it says political, he's saying that these nations, if came together and put all their resources together, you understand? I ain't gonna say they took every penny out the penny jar and put it in a pot. All they converge their influences together to make a economic change. You know what I mean? A global economic change. You understand? Go ahead, sir.
It is an independent international alliance and an organization that encourages commercial, political, and cultural coalition and cooperation among the BRICS nations.
Right. Now, I think it was like 15 other countries this week decided to join alongside with BRICS, man. You understand? So this is the counterpart. This is the adversary or the opposition to NATO. You understand? All these small countries. You know what I mean? Not the actual not BRICS. Well, not sorry, let me back up. Not Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Not those countries, but other small countries surrounding that came and decided, 15 of them decided to join with BRICS to, you know what I mean, get some daggone security from America. Because these other countries, they know what's popping. They like, oh man, hey, I want to get on somebody's team. Since NATO don't want us, because NATO don't think that we are a S-hole country, like Donald Trump said, talking about the countries that our Haitian brothers lived in. You understand? These other countries know that NATO was not allowing them a seat on their board in NATO. So what they do? They came to the next best thing, BRICS, man. You understand? These are all the scraggler countries. That's what we're gonna call them. All the stragglers, the scallywag countries coming together, man, to bring some pain to America, man. You know what I'm saying? In the world, we used to say like it was guys or groups of people that hung together that were, they were, called them clowns or whatever. But we always knew that we never underestimated them because clowns could cause a lot of damage, man. And that's what we got right here. You understand? In America, they clowns too. I'm just putting it all together. You understand? Go ahead. What else you got on there, sir? Let's finish that.
Came into effect in 2011. Historically, the BRICS countries pledged $75 billion to upgrade the lending capability of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, in June 2012. Similarly, the ideology of BRICS was foremost proposed in 2001 by Goldman Sachs Group. This group depicts that part of an economical procedure exercise to see the future global economic trends over the next half century.
So this wasn't even supposed to be a real opposition. Wasn't supposed to be a big organization or opposition for NATO. It was just a Ponzi game with Goldman Sachs. You know what I mean? They played with these countries like, look, man, y'all come together and see what y'all can do, man. You know, we'll fund you a couple of dollars and we'll help you out. We'll point you in the right directions. Not knowing that these countries, Russia, Brazil, China, who else we got? India and South Africa, they worked right under their nose, man, and came together. Was like, look, hey, thanks for the idea. We're gonna stick with it. And now we got another. Now America got a monster to deal with. You understand? With all these other nations, and most of these other nations don't really have any Western influence, man. They got a little bit, but not as much as the nations in NATO, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn sure not China, and absolutely not Russia. You understand? South Africa probably got some dibbles and dabbles in there because there's a lot of Edomites there. You got something, sir?
No.
Oh, all right. They got something there, but for the most part, man, ain't too much Western influence in these countries, man. You know what I mean? You got a big one in Russia, man, and China. Ain't none of that. And those are the ones with the big bucks. At South Africa and Brazil got the resources. India, they got the resources, natural resources. You understand? But China and Russia, they got the dollars. Yeah, and Brazil got the rest resources. Absolutely, sir. Go ahead, you got something?
That's where a lot of the oil lies at in Brazil.
In that rainforest. Wakanda, you're right.
That's why the battle is over Brazil.
God. Let me see. We got a little bit more on that. You got one more paragraph, Baba Kashar. The transformation of BRICS. Or transformation of BRICS into BRICS. Brick into BRICS. Sorry. If you could.
Transformation of BRIC into BRICS. However, it is undeniable reality that BRIC has been named BRICS after the joining of South Africa during the third summit. BRIC foreign minister at their meeting in New York on September the 21st, 2010, consented that South Africa may be invited to merge in the outskirts of BRIC.
Stop there for 1 second. So look, they threw out a life raft. You understand? To get the S on BRIC and make it BRICS. They threw a life raft out to Ham in South Africa, man. You understand? Why? Because South Africa is one of the most prominent spots in Africa, man, with a lot of not resources, but a lot of money. A lot of money flows over there because you got a lot of heathen nations, like people from European so-called oppressors from Australia, New Zealand, and those type of places live over in South Africa. And they got a lot of land. They do a lot of farming. And they do a lot of robbing and rape and murder over. It started a lot of wars over there in Africa, man. You understand? Those are where you got those lords of war type of cats. You understand? That take advantage of the poor and uneducated Africans in those areas. Not saying all of them Africans, but it's a good majority of them that are still living in mud huts and all that. So when they see an oppressor come over there with blonde hair and blue eyes, they like, oh, it's Jesus. That's how far the reach of Christianity has gotten, man. You understand? So they threw a life raft out to South Africa. They allowed them to join this coalition. Go ahead, sir.
Furthermore, South Africa is the last country to join BRIC. Accordingly, it was invited to the third BRIC summit in Sanya on April 14, 2011. As a result, BRIC has been transferred to BRICS after the inclusion of South Africa.
All right, so now they got the inclusion of South Africa. Look, these people are coming together, Israel. You understand? Now, the title of this class is like, Israel, you are not safe trusting America, man. America is going to continue to lie to you and indoctrinate you with all this garbage that he putting out on this TV and in this media, man. Having you thinking that, oh, it is what it is. Ain't nothing happening. It ain't. No. Every major empire through history has fallen, man. You understand? What make America different? You understand? Rome, Greece, Egypt, all these empires, man. It's in the scriptures as well. You understand? If you want to use this, if you just don't want to use your history books, you understand? It's in the Bible, man. It tells you how these nations have fell to misfortune, and other nations came and ruled over them. That's why you got Arabs talking about they Africans, man, which is a damn lie. Everybody know the Africans are so-called dark-skinned people, man. But you got Muslims over there talking about they the original Egyptians. You understand why? Because they were conquered and rolled over by the Muslim Empire, man. You understand? Several times. Go ahead, sir. You get the next paragraph, and that's the last one.
Aims of BRICS.
Aims of BRICS.
And history.
There you go.
BRICS aims to promote peace and harmony.
Whoa. They promote what, sir?
Peace and harmony.
Peace and harmony. Wait a minute. Peace and harmony. Where we hear that at? Go ahead. Security. That's what Negroes love, security. Go ahead.
Economic expansion and cooperation among the 5 nations.
If you could, sir, hold that. Let me get 1 Thessalonians 5:3, if you could. Because they said we promote peace and harmony and security and economic expansion. Those are key words, man. If you Christian leaders would teach the people, man. Those are key words to make your ears point up in the air. Get your spidey senses jumping if you know the scriptures. If your pastor taught you, don't worry about it. Come up in here, isupk.com, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Rehana, man. And we'll give you the spidey sense so you can hear these key words and know that there is no such thing as peace and safety and harmony coming from the oppressor, man, the other nations. If you could, sir.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety.
Whoa. Well, Brick said they promoting peace, safety, and security and economic expansion, sir. Go ahead.
For when they shall say peace and safety.
Go ahead.
Then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Hey, look, so when they say peace and safety, man, sudden destruction come upon them. So they gearing themselves up and setting everything up so they can rule the earth. Lie, said the Lord. Sudden destruction, man. And the only reason they say peace and safety is so they can keep the masses in check.
Right.
That's all it's about. And who's the masses? Because you got to think. America keeps blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans oppressed and don't oppress the other nations that come over here after they done oppressed them and dog them out in their own country. The reason that they keep and they don't oppress those nations. When I say that, i.e. the Arabs, after they done bombed and flew planes into the Twin Towers and killed thousands of people on 9/11, you understand? That they tell us never to forget. They don't oppress them. You got chicken joints and you got oil spots, furniture stores. You got 2 furniture stores of Arabs right across the street from our school. Mad chicken spots. You understand? Abusing and using our young people in them stores. You understand? Selling us the nastiest, whatever. You know what it is. Got them here. You got the so-called Korean, Chinese, Japanese people here with their stores selling their hair and hair care products to black people. You understand? Doing all the beauty products to all our black women. You understand? Who else we got? You got the Dunkin' Donut people, the East Indians. Talking about America run on Dunkin'. America runs off of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans' blood. That's what it runs off of.
That's right.
You understand? You got all these other nations here. And they don't oppress them. They oppress you, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. Why? Because they scared if you wake up, you'll go to war with them when they're at their weakest point. You understand? So they got to continue to pump you up with drugs, mollies, and weed, and fentanyl. You understand? They got to continue to keep you indoctrinated with homosexuality or LGBTQ communities. You understand? Ideologies and Christianity and all these other philosophies and keep you separated from each other, man, because they know if we come together, it's over for them. So they continue to oppress us because of that reason. Keep us dumbed down for that reason. But if we could, hey, sir, if you could, we can go back to that scripture one more time. I have one more point on that.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For when they shall say peace and safety.
That's BRICS. Talking about peace and safety. Go ahead.
Then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Go ahead.
As travail upon a woman with child.
Ooh wee. And I ain't no woman. But I know when women go to have birth, man, they talk about the pains and the travail they go through. Women almost die giving birth. You understand? The Lord is comparing the destruction that's coming to these nations, talking about peace and safety, man, to a woman giving banned child, man. You understand? That's what's going on. And guess what, Israel? If you caught up with America, you get caught up in their destruction, man. And we don't want that for our people. That's why we broadcast these classes every day. That's why we out on the corners. You understand? That's why we teach these classes so we can teach our people to turn their backs on America and come and face the East and join Isupk and follow the structure in place, which is the law, statute, commandment that the Lord laid out for us, man. You understand? That's the only peace and safety that we're going to have. Not trusting in America, man. You understand? Sir, you can drop that. Let me get Joel 3 and 2, if you could, Baba Kashaw. Yes, sir. Come on, 3 and 2. Because at the end of the day, man, these people are gearing up. Why? And it's based off of the Lord, man. The Lord said he's going to plead with these people, man, for his nation, man, which is us, Israel, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, woman, and child. Go ahead, sir, if you could.
Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations.
Gather some nations.
All nations.
Go ahead.
And will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's what they're gearing up for right now, Israel. You understand? They're going, where's the valley of Jehoshaphat? In the Middle East. Because once these countries come together and they got enough economic power and they got all the yes or the votes to cut America out and do trade without America as far as this oil, America is not going to lay down with that, man. They already over there. They already strategizing and putting things in place so they can get ready to go to battle, man. That's the Lord's doing. The Lord just said it. Go ahead, sir.
And will plead with them.
And no. He going to plead with them. He going to beg them. Get on his knees. Matter of fact, hold on. We're going to precept that too, sir. Let me get Isaiah 66 and 16. Because the Lord don't plead like no sissy, man, like your Christian pastors, like your Reverend Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson, talking about, and Reverend Al Sharpton, talking about we shall overcome, marching and holding hands. You understand? Begging the oppressor for a crumb off his goddamn. That's not please. Understand? He's right here.
By fight will the Lord plead.
You take it from the top, sir, if you could.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 16.
Go ahead.
For by fire.
No, with balloons and candy canes.
For by fire.
With LGBTQ choice community or whatever.
By fire.
By fire. Go ahead.
And by his sword.
And his what?
And by his sword.
Go ahead.
Will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Amen. The Lord don't plead with no heathens. And if you could go back to Joel 3 and 2, slide. And the Lord don't plead with nobody with hugs and kisses, man. The Lord pleads with violence, carnage. You understand? That's how he pleads. He's not going to beg America to let us go. You understand? He's not going to beg Joe Biden or whoever the next goddamn president or king of America is. He's not going to beg them to let blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans free from his bondage. He's not going to beg them. He's not going to come sit in a chair, cross his leg, and come up with agreement and sign a contract. He's not doing that, man. He pleads with fire and a sword, man. You understand? Extreme, blunt violence, trauma, carnage, man, death. Destruction. That's how the Lord pleads for what he wants, man. And it's evidence. It's evidence. All you got to do is read the book of Exodus, man. We just had the Passover celebrating the destruction of our enemies, man. While the Lord pleaded with the Pharaoh, pleaded with the Egyptians to let us go. You understand? After Moses made several requests, begging, not Salah, he didn't beg, telling them what the Lord said, showed them miracles. The Lord gave him light plagues, medium plagues, and came with the heavy plague, where he killed the firstborn of everything, man. Firstborn son, firstborn daughter, firstborn every family, your firstborn tadpole, he killed. Your firstborn piece of cattle, your firstborn cat, dog, puppy, your firstborn plant, he killed it, man. You understand? That's how the Lord plead. That's how the Lord gonna plead with America, man. That's why the Lord allowed these heathens to come together with bricks. All white bricks. Like the Lord came up with bricks to plead with America, man. You understand? To pull their bluff card, to lift the skirt of the whore of Babylon, man. The whore that sits on many waters. That's who he built up. That's who he's building up to punk America, man.
Right.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead back to Joel 3 and 2 if you could.
Joel chapter 3, verse 2.
Go ahead.
I will also gather all nations.
All nations.
And will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
The Middle East.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel.
Hey, so he said he's going to gather them together and plead. So while all this war and carnage is going on, you under this banner in Isupk, we're going to be building and going to be just fine. You understand? This is the Slagia. This is like during Passover when the Lord told him to put the blood over the doorposts, man. This is that banner right here, man. The Isupk, man. That's how you're going to be safe. You understand? Brothers and sisters all over this globe that's in this organization, in this nations. You understand? They can tell you the trials that they came through just being faithful to the work of the Lord, man. You understand? They can tell you about it. So guess what's going to happen when all these plagues hit, man? You ain't in this banner, man. You're going to get swept up just with the carnage in America, man. It's no other way around it. The Lord's not pleading with hugs and kisses, man. Go ahead, sir. Was that it?
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Hey, man, they parted Israel. That's why them heathens over there fighting over right now. The small hats and the Durkers, man. The Alibabas, man. They over there fighting over our land right now. The land of milk and honey. The Garden of Eden, man. They fighting over our land right now. Why? Because the Lord pleads with fire and a sword, man. You understand? He's going to clean this place up the way he wants, man. And set us back in our land and have us operate under our big brother Christ, man, our Lord and Savior, man. So we can have operation over this whole planet and have these nations doing what we need them to do, which is build our nation and keep the laws of the Lord, man. You understand? And we're not going to be nice about it. We're not going to be hugging and kissing and scheming and scamming like the oppressor does, manipulating you and thinking that he's your friend. No, we're going to be stern and solid on everything we speak on, man. Either you do it or you don't. There's always repercussions and consequences. You understand? Most High is setting the stage, man, to restore his people, Israel, man. This is the salvation. You understand? This is the salvation that the Christian church says is for everybody, which is a lie. You understand? This is the salvation the Lord is putting together for his people, man. He's not going to continue to allow the oppressor to run amok, have big shoulder men wearing dresses and beards and talking about they are him or her, or him, her, they, and whatever the hell else, teaching our kids that it's okay. You understand? Changing their agendas behind their parents' back because because the little girl said she felt like a boy today, and she goes to the guidance counselor and she talks about, well, you can just be a boy, and don't discuss this with the parents, man. The Lord ain't gonna allow that to go on. The Lord's not gonna continue to allow oppressors in these other nations and our brothers and sisters that's in these organizations, aka the police force and all their government agencies, to allow them to continue to kill his people, man. You know what I mean? At free will. You know what I mean? He's not going to continue to allow that to go on. He's not going to continue to allow our women to be indoctrinated to think it's okay to abort babies, man. To murder children, man. Unborn, helpless children. He's not going to allow that, man. He's not going to allow that to continue to go on, man. He's not going to allow us to continue to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster like it's goddamn delicacy, man. It's not going to continue, man. The Lord's setting the stage right now to sweep it clean, man, and put the righteous rule, man, where it needs to be. You understand? America would be so much better off. You so-called oppressors, you small hats, and all you other nations, you slave masters, the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? You would be so much better off just letting us run things, man. You understand? You wouldn't worry about air pollution and what's it called? Population control. You wouldn't worry about none of that garbage, man, if we ruled, man. You understand? Because we got laws to deal with all that. We wouldn't have all these the nasty, disgusting diseases flying all through the goddamn air now if you had us in rulership, man. Such thing called quarantine. It's in the Bible, man. You understand? We got a dietary law. We don't eat Pokemon, shrimp, and crab, and lobster, and mice, and rats, and bats, cats, and dogs, man. We don't do that, man. You understand? You heathens do it, man. And you'd be a lot better off dietarily, if that's even a word. I might just coin that. You understand? If we were in charge. You heathens have no morals, no guidance, and you run off your own philosophies, man. And it keeps this planet in a muck. And you destroy us with your philosophies, man. Thinking that just because we see you with trinkets that we think you know something. You don't know a goddamn thing, man.
Right.
You understand? And black man, Hispanic man, Native man, if you listening, you need to take heed to what we talking about on these classes, man. We're not out here talking for our own health. We out here for our people. We're trying to tell you the truth. You understand? Because you're not going to find it in the nightclub shaking your tail, drinking alcohol till you drunk and get into a damn accident and be in jail or kill somebody or get extra emotional and want to hurt your own brother. You're not going to find the answer to that. You're not going to find the answer in those places, man. You're not going to find it in your Christian church, your Muslim mosque, and you fake Israelite groups, man. You understand? Telling you it's okay to sleep with heathen women. You understand? It's not going to tell you that, man. It's only in here. It's only here in the Isupk, man. I can't stress it enough. And I say it boldly because I know it's true. You understand? We got proof in the pudding, man. You understand? Let me see what else we got, sir. You understand? Because when all these things start happening, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, how do you expect to maintain sanity? You know what I mean? You brothers and sisters out here, our families. How do you expect to maintain sanity? Continue to care for your family. Keep them safe when all this chaos erupts, man. You understand? Because you know when Esau starts to lose power, you understand, the so-called slave master, once he starts to lose power, he's gonna go ape crap, man. He's gonna go crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of proof of how he conducts himself when he don't get his way, man. It's plenty of proof. So when the dollar collapse, you understand, all these oppressors, they got a goddamn bunker full of guns and ammo, it's gonna go hunting, man. And who they gonna start with? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're going to start in the hood, man. Like they already training and gearing up to do. How you going to be safe? How you going to survive in that day, black man, Hispanic man, Native man? Especially if you don't even know who you are. You don't even want to accept your true name, your nationality, your heritage, your customs. Yeah, you understand? Going back to your morals. How you going to stand in that day? How? Because you got white friends. It's like you got so-called oppressor friends live next door to you with a big lawn, and y'all barbecue bratwurst and pork chops on the grill during the 4th of July, and he invites you over to salute his flag. You think that's your friend in that day? Lie. You understand? He's gonna go back to his own, like the scriptures say. You understand? They're gonna come back to their own ways and customs, being murderers, primal animals. That's what they're gonna go back to be doing. Going back to primal animals, man. Their primal instinct to hunt, kill, and destroy, so they can sustain life. But we have an alternative to that, brothers and sisters. It's right here in the school, man. You understand? You get up under here, the Lord promised to protect his sanctuary, man, which is Isupk. Not your Christian church, not your Muslim mosque. You understand? None of that. Oh, good slide. I just threw another one on there. So black man, Hispanic man, how do you expect to maintain your sanity while the Most High continues to pour the plagues and destruction on this planet? Right here. This is it. You understand? I got another scripture, sir. Let me get Mark 13 and 7. You understand? Because we hear about this all day, every day. You understand? We've been hearing about these wars, and we going to the Third World's War. We've been hearing about that. Okay. All right. So what? You're not going to take heed to what the Lord is saying? Go ahead, sir, if you could.
Mark chapter 13, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Whoa. Wars and rumors of wars. We hear about this every day on the news. CNN blows it up all day. Isn't Russia bombing the hell out of what's the name? Ukraine right now? Didn't America just take in thousands of refugees from Ukraine and gave them all kinds of money and Airbnbs and all the benefits that you never get, Israel? That you got to wait in the line and be embarrassed to get? And they just come right over the border, man. You understand? Get food stamps or Uber, a goddamn Lyft. You understand? And they get right to business, oppressing us. You understand? They get right to business oppressing us. They got a free handout. Isn't that what they tell you that you get when you go and beg at the social service office for some damn stamps or some WIC? You know what I mean? Support your child. Don't they tell you, oh, you begging? Slavery was a long time ago. Get over it. Don't they tell you that? Yeah, they were the ones that committed the crimes. You understand? They let the Ukrainians come over here and get all the benefits that you supposed to have, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, Israel. Gave them all the benefits. You understand? And got us with our lip poked out looking crazy. Like, damn, how they come over here and get all that? And the matter of fact, they did it back to back. They did it a year or two ago when they let all those damn Iraqis over here. Iraqis was falling off the plane, sir. Remember that? The nigga tried to get, the bastard tried to hang on to the goddamn landing gear and fell to his death. 3 of them. You know that. Look, they don't even gotta go. They believe that Allah was going to get them to America if they hung on to that landing gear. Most High in Christ. Give Lord a hand for that. God damn. Them bastards believed in Allah, kissing that rock and hung on to the landing gear, Israel, and fell. You understand? But hey, guess what? Off of those few deaths and those few casualties, hey, we got a whole new influx of immigrants over here with driver's license. You know what I'm saying? With businesses, credit, loans, access to things that we couldn't get being their slaves and their stepping stools for over 400 years, man. We couldn't get none of that. Right. They came right over here and got the business, man. You understand? So the Lord said, when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, you understand? When you hear those things, you know what I mean? You got to be prepared. How do you get prepared? I'm going to say it again. Here, under this banner, in the Isupk, the Lord's army, man. Go ahead, sir. Take it from the top if you could.
Mark chapter 13, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
You're
gonna be troubled in that day, Israel, if you're not in here. You understand? You fake Israelite groups, you're gonna be in fear in that day. You understand? Because you don't have the leadership that we have. You don't have a commanding general Yohana and his flock of soldiers, man, and hardcore generals, man, that instruct us on how to govern ourselves and prepare for this. It's like for these days, man. You don't have that. You understand? But you can get on the internet and bash the brother that came up with the 12 tribe signs, a founder of this school, man. You're this dirty, disgusting piece of trash, man. You understand? You need to watch your mouth, man. May the Lord deal with you for that, man. Watch your mouth, man. Don't come up against this school, man. We the ones that taught you, man. Our elders taught you. Watch your damn mouth, man. You understand? What are you going to do? You're going to be... Understand? They cut... and crying because they don't have milk and food to eat. You understand? You're gonna be scratching and peeling your goddamn skin off because you ain't took a bath and radiation is killing you, man. That's what's coming in that day. But the Lord said, you be not troubled. And who's he talking to in this day and time? He's talking to the men and women in this school, man, this organization, this banner. You better get right, Israel. It's not a game. It's not a game. You understand? You got common sense. The Lord gave you a different type of zeal than these other nations. You understand? But the Christian church pacifies you and make you think that you can change America, man. You can change the oppressor. It's not going to happen. You understand? You got to come back and open your eyes and see what's really going on. This place is crumbling beneath our feet, Israel. You understand? That's why they keep dumping the garbage on top of us, keeping us pacified and distracted, man. Salaki, sir. Go back to that scripture. I went off. Salaki. If you could. 13:7, Mark 13:7.
Chapter 13, verse 7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled.
Mm-hmm.
For such things must needs be.
For such things must need be, man. It gotta happen. If it don't happen, we're gonna continue to be the pawns and posies and punks here in America, man. Right. Go ahead.
But the end shall not be yet.
Ain't yet. So when all these things happen, like I said, they pull the plug on the grid, no electricity, no water running. You understand? That ain't the end yet. A little more got to take place. You got some more on that, sir? All right, come on. Let me precept that. Let me get that with 1 Peter 3:14, if I could, Baba Kashar. You understand? And then when all these things happen, and that's when the mayhem is going to start. Salaki, that's when the mayhem started. And the Lord said, that ain't it. That ain't it. They ain't got a little bit more waiting to do, man. So how you gonna survive if you ain't got brotherhood? How you gonna survive if you following some sissies in the conscious community wearing bundles and bald heads? And they got a whole bundle on his head talking about whatever the hell he talking about. Nonsense. Ain't got nothing to do with saving and liberating blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? What you gonna do in that day when your Christian pastor shuts his doors to his church and parks his Maybachs and his Benzes, his Lamborghinis in the garage and hides and put the bars on the church so you can't come in? What are you gonna do in that day, man? You understand? You ain't in here. You gonna have to suffer. You gonna have to wait it out, man. Lord be with you. I pray you understand. Go ahead, sir.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 14. But if ye suffer for righteousness.
But if ye suffer for righteousness. Oh, let me cut you off. Go ahead, sir. Come on, the water, sir.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 14. But and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye.
Go ahead.
And be not afraid of their terror.
And be not afraid of their terror. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to watch over the righteousness, man. Over the righteous of his people, man. You understand? We don't walk around ashamed and afraid here in the Isupk. Man, we was down in Durham, sir. I was down there for the whole week. Beautiful time, man. Met some of the solidest, thoroughest brothers and sisters, man. God damn, we got some hardcore brothers and sisters at the school, sir. I would hear the brothers. I would hear Commander General Yohana speak about it on Black Watch, and talk how hard the brothers was and how thorough the sisters was. Man, you don't experience it, and you don't get the real until you see it and you amongst it, man. I mean, golly, man, people going out their way for you. You know what I'm saying? To make things right, and it just rubs off. You want to do stuff too. Like, hey, shit, let me go out my way, help a brother or sister. They probably need your damn help, but you do it anyway, and it just reciprocates itself. It's like a growing organism. It just keeps feeding and feeding and feeding. That's how the brotherhood is here in the Isupk, man. It's so thorough. It's so thorough. So with that being said, the righteousness' sake, man, the Lord's gonna watch over these people, man. Mark a prophet's words, man. I ain't putting myself on no pedestal, but I am a priest and officer, man. You understand? Mark the words of a priest and officer, man. The Lord's gonna watch over the righteous, man, in that day. Go ahead, sir.
Neither be troubled.
And don't be troubled. Don't be worrying about it. Oh, how we gonna eat? Don't be like our forefathers in the wilderness with Moses, man. You understand? Scoffing, plotting, setting up new gods, man, while he was doing the work of the Lord. Don't be that person, man. Let's cut that off, man. Don't be that in that day. Girt up and hold it down and have faith. You understand? That's why we tell you what the scripture says, so you can be forewarned. Like the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge be the stability of our time, man. You understand? If we understand what these scriptures is to warn us about, in those days, we won't be scared, man. The scriptures for our learning, like the scriptures say. We won't be scared in that day, and we won't backbite our brothers and sisters that's leading us, man. We won't backbite the generals. We won't backbite the officers. We're going to hold it down and steadfast, man, and bring our people in that want to do righteous and live righteously under the rules of the Lord, man, the laws and statutes and commandments, man. That's what's going to happen in that day. Salaki, sir, I'll be going on tangents. I got to stop this shit. Let me go back to the top, sir. Salaki. Yeah, we're going to run it out.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
But if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled.
Got any more on that? That was it. Okay, that's good, sir. And be not troubled, Israel, because look, we look like on time. On time. Quarter All right. So it's like what time we clip? What time we clip? What time we stop? Stop at 8:50. Okay, got you. Okay, come on. So Salaki about that Israel. Excuse me. I got right here. Tripping. Salaki. Hey, Salaki, excuse me for that, Israel. But the Lord said you cannot be troubled, man. You understand? So if we don't have the brotherhood structure in place, you understand? Gotcha. If you don't have the brotherhood structure in place, if you're not, Salaki, if you're not under this banner, you understand? You're not following the laws, statutes, commandments. You think you following the laws, statutes, commandments because you picking and choosing what you want to follow. You understand? Lord be with you, man. You understand? Lord be with you, man. I hope you change your mind because we don't want to see our brothers and sisters suffer in those days, man. That's why we're supposed to be practicing the righteous acts right now. Right now. So when that day comes, we don't have to try to figure out how to do things, man. We go through all that right now. We go through figuring the things out right now. So when the day comes, we can be on point and we can just continue on with the mission, man. You understand? It's no other way around it. You're not going to praise, worship your way into the kingdom, into the safety net of the Lord. You understand? You're not going to praise, worship your way. You damn sure not going to LGBTQ your way into no righteousness or no safety net of the Lord. You understand? All these other religions, philosophies, you're not going to interracial marry your way into the safety, into any kind of safety when the destruction of America come. You understand? You're not going to coon your way into any kind of rest haven. You understand? When America's destruction comes, because it's coming, man. It's written. The Lord has to do it because he wants his people to rule, man. And he wants us to do what he tells us to do, which is in the book of the commandments, man. You understand? There's no other way around it. You're not getting around it. You're not going to philosophize it and Socrates your way through it. You know what I mean? You're not going to do none of that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. The Lord, the Most High Power, is in charge. He's the author. He's the narrator. He's the co-producer, the producer, the executive producer of this program, man. You understand? This program is the Lord's. It's not yours. Your Christian pastor's telling you it's okay to do what you want. You understand? And follow any kind of lust that your heart desires. That's leading you to destruction, man. That's leading you further and further away from the truth of the Lord, man. You understand? And the further and further away you get, the harder it's going to get. Harder life is going to be, man. You understand? We tired of seeing our people suffer. And sir, the only way we're going to get back on one accord is if we come back in here. You understand? There's no other way around it. You got something? Lie. Cut on Wakan, sir. So again, we're going to go back real quick. So we was talking about BRICS, Sly. We was talking about the organization BRICS, man. It's the opposition to NATO, man. You understand? BRICS, BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Like I said, they just came together with 15 more smaller countries. You know what I mean? And all they're doing, not all they're doing, but what they're doing is collabing all their resources and their economic power together to form a structure that can compete in the global economy, man. And what's that mean? AKA wipe out the dollar. You understand? So you rappers, you entertainers, you ball players with these contracts, busting your bodies up to get some money, you fighters, nothing wrong with doing it. You know what I mean? If you're doing it righteously, go figure. You understand? But if you out here spending all that money and think that's going to keep you safe, the dollar's about to crash, man. It is. If you ain't got the brotherhood in place, you understand? You didn't use those dollars to support the Isupk and pay your tithes. You understand? Lord be with you, man. Real talk. Lord be with you. And with that, we have do the Lord's Prayer, sir. La. All right, come on, Salaya. And with that, with ISUPK, I'm gonna pass the class over to Officer and Precinct Officer Thumb.
Excellent class. Excellent class. Here you go, bro. This yours right here? Yeah. Use that way you
Yeah, I gotta keep it up.
You got a book. You don't make me have to step up my game. All right, all right. Excellent class, man. Hey, listen, we all got to come together. You see these nations coming together, man. And a lot of people don't understand that. Listen, this is the beginning.
Right.
Beginning of the end. You understand? And the society is falling. And when anytime a society falls, that means that another society comes behind it. You understand? And the greatest society of all times is going to be the Most High in Christ.
That's right.
You understand? And we're going to be running that society. And that's going to be for forever. Right. You understand? Scriptures tell us that the oppressor's kingdom, the oppressor will not get to build cities anymore. Right. You understand? His branch is going to be broken. It's going to be destroyed. Okay. It's going to be no more. You understand? Right. And right now, we got to prepare ourselves. And the only way we prepare ourselves is coming into this truth. This truth and understanding. The only place you can get it is in ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. You understand? And everything we know, everything we speak in truth. Right. You understand? And the only way you can get truth is right here in the ISUPK. You understand? Security announcements. The ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, they will get permission from the head to marry. You understand? Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. It means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashera. 1/10 of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department of Priest Fund. A free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give up and hold the is Friday 5th.
Chapter 23, verse 24 through 25.
That's what we got coming up. All right. Remind Akram Aquadian to check in on social media, such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. Sar, which means stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, a Majim. A Majim Shabbat, a Majim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Atah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat Atah.
Yad Matah, class dismissed. All right.